All right, this is a redo. All right, so good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Thank you for coming to Geek Mythos podcast. Today's episode, we're going to talk about Quiet Place. We're going to talk about Superman and Lois, the Loki episode, and I forgot what else you mentioned. I'm so sorry.
There's a whole bunch of most of the stuff that's coming out, new movies, Aquaman 2, popping up. They finished Thor. No, just mention some of the stuff, some of the news that came up on this week.
Yeah, some of the sprinkle. We're gonna sprinkle into every little thing we can.
Yeah.
So spoilers. So we're going to talk about a lot of spoilers of the Quiet Place 2. Yes, the Loki episode did come out. It was pretty good, man. It was really good. I enjoyed it myself. But let's talk about Quiet Place 2. Um, so
For the first time, I think we're gonna disagree. We're gonna both disagree on it. I think.
yeah, we're gonna disagree because we talked about it when I saw it, or the day after, because I think it was me that I saw it first, and then you saw it. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But um, overall of my experience, I believe that Quiet Place, the first one, was a bit better than the second one. Now, before we get into it, because I just got into it, in the trailer, did she not meet with a base? Or was that just me?
Did she not what?
Okay, so in the trailer, it's her and her kids and her baby, and she
Yeah.
knocks, and then it's an army base, isn't it? Did you ever see that in the trailer, or was that just me?
I don't think there was an army base.
Or like not an army base, but like people. There was a whole place surrounded by like a wall or something like that. Or was that just me?
I think it was you because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Maybe that was Army of the Dead.
That was Army of the Dead.
That was Army of the Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Army of the Dead. I completely messed that up. I am so sorry. All right. So I believe. Okay. So going back to my opinion, I believe the first one was better than the second one. It was a good. It was a good sequel, but I think it could have been a little bit, a little bit better. Um, I think it was around the same time. I think it was like a good hour and 30 or hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, it was like almost an hour and 40. It wasn't that long.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
I think it was a good time run time.
Hour and 37 minutes. Yep.
Yeah.
What did you think about it?
I enjoyed it, and I could see why you would like the first one better. But I enjoyed this one because I didn't really go into like high expectations or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was gonna be, I mean, it's a continuation. He doesn't make it seem like it's a sequel. That's why he calls it it's part two. It's like it's he considers it's from what Emily Blunt and John Krasinski were talking, it feels like it's just a continuation. You're just getting into like the next page of the story, like the
Right.
next chapter. Kind of like I can't say like it chapter two. This one is almost like it's a direct continuation. Like so
Yeah,
this
that's
is
a
where
direct
we left
continue.
like conclusion. This is where we left off with the team. Like how they do it in Dragon Ball.
Mm-hmm.
So it's it was interesting because he didn't even want to film it. His plans were to have somebody else. Like I said, yeah, I'm just not gonna do a sequel, but I guess because of its high praise and they felt like they needed a sequel, that's when he decided he wanted to tell the story. And I think he knew where he wanted to take it, and he wanted to give the kids more screen time and more story to it, because with his death now they have to sort of manage the household now, as them growing up now. The kid's going to be the man, and the daughter is much older, and she's more like her father. which that was like, and there was I cried. There was a lot of tearful moments in that entire movie. In that movie, like I don't think not as much as the first one, but there was just a lot of moments that I was like, it was kind of heartbreaking. He still touched the heartstrings. It wasn't like a straight horror movie like the other ones. There was not a lot of fear. There was more of the emotions of the family and stuff like that. So, I didn't go in with high expectations, and I guess I when I went in there, and I was like, I actually enjoyed it. It was really good. It wasn't like a sequel where you felt like, holy crap, what the hell did they do? Like they
That's
just
true.
messed it up.
Yeah.
That's one thing, because sometimes you go in there and you see a sequel, it's like, what the hell is this? And sometimes it's very difficult to really, sequels are always, dumbed down and it's just horrible as hell. You can't expect these sequels to be, that great. And
Right.
we've seen enough Marvel movies and sci-fi movies and all that stuff that sequels always turn to shit. It's just horrible.
Mm-hmm. Um, I so going moving forwards with that. Yes, it was literally a continuation of what happened with the first one. My voice keeps breaking today. I don't know what it is. Um, gotta love motorcycles. I lost my train of thought. You said something and I completely like had something to say. Oh, so the first one, you remember that mini scene where they're writing on the floor and then the lantern breaks
Yeah,
and they're like shit.
yeah,
And then they raise up they raise up the stakes with this one when she goes out um in and then she goes on the train and she sees the first aid kit, tries to get it, then you see the creature coming in and you're just like god damn it, kids will fuck up everybody's fucking like day for one thing. Because, like, that's true. Like, kids are reckless. So they had that in mind. Like, okay, the kids are going to put us in a situation where it's going to be like, fuck, all right, make it or break it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Um, it was great to see John back in the little intro that the movie had.
yeah,
Really liked it. I was like, damn. Yeah. Um, but Cecilian Murphy did a great job, I think. And it felt very Last of Us Part 2 type of stuff, or Last of Us
yeah.
just in general.
It had that element of it. That's why
Yeah.
when I started seeing that relationship between his daughter and his character, the daughter and the character, it felt like very, eh, like Last of Us. And I enjoyed their relationship and how it was kind of like blossoming, and it was like a little like it was getting better. And that scene when he sits next to her and he says, "You're right, I'm not like your father," and he's telling her that he actually understood it the first time she said it, because he was acting like he didn't get what she was saying, because she was pissed off saying he's not like our dad, he's not like him. But him saying it to her is like he heard it, and he's letting her know that she's more like her dad. She is more like her dad, and that like really broke my heart. She just started crying, and it was like very sad. And then also what pissed me off is like we get a little bit of this guy, that the the black dude that was in that movie and that was in that
Dude,
island.
I love him.
We get a little
Oh my
bit, and
god,
then all of a
he's in
sudden
so
we
many
get it. He's like
things.
he's killed, and I was like, oh my god,
I'm like,
he's like the
why would
first
you
black
do
guy in
that?
both films, and he gets killed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm going to
Well,
butcher his name.
technically, no, the cop was. Never mind.
Digimon? Digimon? That's his name. I can't
Yeah, the
pronounce.
dude that was in
Unsu.
Captain Marvel, and he was in Guardians of the
Guardians of
Galaxy.
the Galaxy, and he was
But
in a game called oh my god, what's it called? Not Outworlds.
he was also the voice of the main villain in How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Really? What?
In How to Train Your Dragon 2, he was the villain, the voice, the one that used to like scream at the dragons. "Ah!"
He was in Blood and Diamond with was that Leonardo? He was in Aquaman also. He was
Yeah,
King Raikou. He was one of the green sea creatures. He was one of the kings, obviously.
yeah.
Um, he was in a game, and I'm trying to remember the game. It was really good. I think it was close to winning the award in 2018 with God of War. Can't find the name of it.
Well,
But
according
anyways, he
to
was a good side character, and I'm so mad that they like always
I
kill.
don't. Yeah, we might. I have a feeling we might see him again because they
Really?
said they're doing a spin-off of A Quiet Place that
Really?
stays away from those characters. But if it's a spin-off of like how they got to that island and what they had to struggle through to get there with him in it, I would like to see that. But then the idea that he died so quickly, like he's, you know, it I don't know. It gives him it made him like yeah, I don't know. It made him a bit weak on that scene. It's kind of like when you know Darkseid got axed in the beginning when they told the story of Justice League. He's like, it doesn't seem that powerful, but he got axed in the freaking shoulder. Like I felt like he wasn't much of a strong character, but he was. I felt like they could have done more with him. I didn't feel like he should have died the way he did.
Oh wow! I just found out that he was T'Challa, a Black Panther in the TV miniseries.
Oh, cool.
Did not know that. Anyways, moving on. So yeah, I think we agreed that it literally felt like a um Last of Us type of movie because you had the girl and you had the guy, the iconic beard.
Yeah.
um, I think I think it I think it was okay. It wasn't, something that I really thought, wow, this was great. But I think it was okay.
I you know it's to me I enjoyed it. It didn't piss me off much. I didn't feel like I was squirming in my seat where I felt like what the hell is going on here? Like
True,
it
true,
felt
true.
weird. And also, it like if I saw it again, I wouldn't like right away change the channel. Like I wouldn't be like, no, not today. Yeah, I don't really want to,
Right.
like it like you could sit down and still enjoy it. Probably because of the great acting, everybody was on point, everybody knew how like to show emotion. You felt like all these crazy moments where you like felt like all the kids and the adults, everybody was just to
Um,
see those like the way they portrayed these characters. They were really good.
I lost you for a second, but it's okay.
Yeah,
Now it's
something.
saying my
Yeah, I felt
internet.
like it just like shifted. Like, oop, oop, yeah,
It is what it is. It's fine. Um, yeah, I think it was a pretty good movie. So it was kind of weird with that scene when the kid, that's injured
yeah,
goes upstairs and sees the dead body. I thought it was gonna go more insane where I thought that we couldn't trust the guy at that point,
yeah.
but it didn't. And I was like, oh, okay. Because I thought that she died in the house, not upstairs.
Mm. I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing his perspective on the spin-off will be through his perspective, like how he what he was experiencing in those moments of day one and going through all of that,
Mm,
you know, and to be able to see him see the flames from across the field and see
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
John's
mm-hmm.
fire, like what he was doing on that side, or losing his wife and him dealing with it. Um,
It's kind of insane that he never did go and help John.
yeah, because she asked him, so did you know that it was John? And he was, it's like I suspected that it was John, John's character. So it was, I guess he was like dealing with, seeing what his wife, and I think he was dealing what he was dealing with,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Um. So I think we should move on because it's not really much that I can
Wait a
remember.
second. One second. Did he talk about his kids? Did he have kids
He had the kid. He had the little boy. Remember, he was in. I th- He it was he had two, didn't he?
in the day one scene? Yeah, when they were
There
all
was
trying to
one
run into the
with
car,
him,
get in the
and
car.
then one in the baseball, right?
Yeah. So, but did he mention what happened to them?
I assume they died by the creatures.
I understand what happened to his wife, but he was drawing his kids and all that stuff.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it really, I don't know.
Now I don't remember.
Oh, damn. But anyway,
I
I
wrote
gotta
this
check
down.
that out. I can't, bringing that up. But
Yeah.
if they didn't, if I didn't pay attention to that and they didn't mention his kids, then that's just very odd. That they didn't bring in those that talk about those characters, but he was like drawing them, and he was like, when they were looking at the pictures, he was like taking them away because he didn't want people to
Right.
see it.
Yeah. I don't remember if he actually did have it.
Anyway,
I can't
let's
remember that.
let's let's not linger too long for this. And
Yeah, so moving on, I guess you should go see Quiet Place too. If you enjoy the first one, go watch the second one. You're going to enjoy the acting and the performances of these characters though, and the girl, the daughter. I'm gonna see her name.
yeah, honestly, you probably agree with us
Millicent.
or disagree with us, but to be
Millicent
honest, it's
Simmons.
an enjoyable movie. It
Yeah.
it feels like how watching it chapter 2, you'll feel some stuff about it because it but it's a fun movie to watch. It's a good movie to watch. It's not like you're gonna be like, oh god, they just did a horrible job here. Like it's like you could sit down and actually watch it and watch it again. And yeah, you have your negatives and your positives and pros and cons and stuff like that, but you don't feel like you want to walk out of the damn like the movie. Like this was the worst horrible sequel done for such a good movie.
I kind of got scared and not like, whoa, like, oh my god, that's scary. No, more like scared for the character, the daughter, in the scene with the when they're in the docks and they're trying to find the boats,
Yeah.
and then those other people come in,
Yeah.
and I was like, whoa, and then the guy started like feeling her up, and I was like, where the fuck is this going?
Yeah.
But it didn't go there. But I got scared. I was like, where the fuck is this going?
Mm. Yeah, those guys were they would I
It
understand
kind
like
of felt like the
sometimes when they do
purge
like
type of stuff. You know
when
what
they
I mean,
do
though?
post-apocalyptic stuff and then there's people that sort of feel like they were like very weird or
Yeah,
things
yeah.
like that, but they were very odd. It feels like the hills have eyes type like they
Mm,
it felt really odd, like they were like I feel like you could tell like John Krasinski, when he wrote it, he saw a lot of horror movies and he implicated little pieces of
Mm-hmm.
certain
Mm-hmm.
films, like Aliens and Jaws and all these things. Like he started adding things from each film and sort of making it his own. You can tell like a lot of the films that you see there, a lot of the things that you see there are very like some of the classics.
Mm-hmm. That's all I got for this one. Got anything else to say?
Nah, let's get into Superman and Lois.
Man and Lois, man. This show is getting good. What are you doing?
That's the theme song from Superman. How do you not
Oh,
know? Anyway, let's
alright,
get
sorry.
into it.
Barely hear you. Yo, this show is getting good. If I thought that, yo, okay, so they're not doing the whole brother thing where they're attacking each other anymore. More like, okay, we're talking about a situation now. There's no secrets. Let me tell you what's going on, how I feel, whatever. Good. Getting tired of the rivalry and the whole jealousy thing. Is he jealous? Is he not? Type of thing. I like what they're doing with. Okay, so what I talked about with, I think it was Gary. No, it wasn't Gary. It was with somebody else. But they're having the story of Superman and his plot line in the show, and also Lois. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like with the stranger Superman thing, and then they intertwined it a little bit, but now it's going like now Lois involved Clark into the story and what she's trying to uncover about Morgan Edge and everything. And so now it's like, all right, so now it's a power couple reporting reporters
yeah,
reporters trying to figure out what's going on in the whole plot. In the news that they get at the end of the episode, my jaw dropped to the floor. Um, but I didn't catch it, and I'm so dumb. But I didn't catch Lana's husband decided to go to Morgan Edge. Did
yeah.
you catch that earlier?
He,
I was like, why the hell is he acting weird? But I was busy, so I wasn't thinking about it too much. But I was like, what the fuck is he acting?
yeah, he went to Morgan Edge at some. I remember one of the episodes when the uh,
When he gets
that
drunk because
that
he
girl that
doesn't.
more, yeah, that girl that Morgan Edge ends up that has on her side that's like with the Kryptonian powers.
Yeah,
She tells him like, why, it's so sad that you didn't join us. You were one of the people that we wanted, that was to be part of our organization or whatever. And she was like, and he got, that's when he started drinking, because he was like, he was pissed off at that they actually felt like he was a good candidate, and he started drinking. That's when he didn't make it to the concert, to
mm-hmm.
his daughter's concert. And it was it John who went? No,
Jordan
John's the other one. uh and he ended up
confronting Lana about the whole thing
yeah, he
in
got
the
pissed off at her
workplace.
and the whole situation, and then he decided to go drink. But they never showed him actually go to Morgan Edge and say, hey, I'm willing to do this. So at some
Right.
point in between, behind the scenes, he did go.
Mm-hmm.
But now we understand that because of Morgan, because of Lana's husband, now we understand it's like he doesn't know what's going on. He just gets a call and a message, and right away he turns evil as shit, and he starts going wreaking havoc. So
Right.
it's like they're being controlled, which doesn't make them villains,
True.
which is a good thing. And I was also, which when we were texting, something came up. It was thinking, like, I was thinking about it, being like, John Henry Irons came out of his universe because he wanted to stop Superman. So he went into this one and wanted to kill him because he
Right.
says there was going to be an uprising.
Mm-hmm.
But And I was thinking like, what if that Clark Kent in his universe, John Henry Irons' universe, was actually the Morgan Edge of that multiverse. And then on this Earth, it's like it's a different Morgan Edge because you remember they came. He said they came from Krypton
Mhm.
and they're related. So it's like in this universe must have been like an alternate universe where it was this one that came in to destroy this planet, and in this one, Clark is the good guy and Morgan Edge is the other guy. Unless, but because John Henry Irons said, "Yeah, I'll deal with Morgan Edge later." And I was like, then I guess you probably don't know. He didn't know. Now we know this dude is like, he has powers. And he was the one that kickstarted the thing. But he's going after Clark because of killing his Lois.
So I did a small little review on TikTok on the episode, and also talking about who I think they were going to bring in, which it was the character that you mentioned before in the comic in the New 52 storyline.
Yeah, he Hell
Hell.
Hell.
But somebody commented and said, "What if it's not Hell, but if it's another Kryptonian just calling him brother because of of the Kryptonian race?"
Yeah.
And I
No,
was like,
yeah, I've read that.
that could
I heard
actually
that theory
be
too.
that's
It
a
could
really
be.
good theory. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I could see that and be like, not really your brother, but I'm a fellow
But
Kryptonian.
also, this is the thing. They also said that he's probably a Kryptonian clone. Remember, DC Universe is notorious for clones. It's like clones galore. There's always a clone somewhere in the DC universe. You
True.
can't help it. Like Young Justice has clones. I mean, Superboy was a clone. And so it's like the idea that maybe he calls him brother, but it was probably a clone that was created out of probably Jarrell or something, and there's
Mhm.
something there. So I wouldn't be surprised.
But
But
the character
yeah,
Hell is freaking savage in this. In the comic, he's
but
big.
the
You
thing
know
is,
what they called
we
him? They called him the Brawly of the Saiyans of the Kryptonians.
yeah, the
He's
thing
not
about it is that a lot of new 52 characters were coming out, like brand new characters, like villains and things like that were
right.
popping up, but then they were only given like a short opportunity and then you don't hear from them again.
Yeah,
Then they cleaned it up and then we got rebirth, and we're not going to hear about these characters ever again.
right.
It's I don't know, it kind of sucks. Like they could have made
Well, what they did with him was have a huge storyline with him, Supergirl, Connor, and Superman, and he's not a Kryptonian. He was made by Kryptonians. Hold up, he was made by Kryptonians as an artificial something. Uh, I got it. I got it. I got it. I wrote it today. Um, In the comics, in the New 52 storyline, Ha'el was a new character created and was adopted brother to Kal-El. He was a creation of Kryptonians as an artificial entity. He possesses the same abilities as Kryptonians under the Yellow Sun and more, like telepathy and what's it called? Basically, he made Kara, Supergirl, smaller for her to go into Kandor, the
yeah.
city in a bottle, and then make her big again.
It would
Um,
actually make sense if it's Hell if he has telepathy, controlling the minds and be able to control all the guy too. So there's a possibility there.
but
That's interesting.
since he has no DNA from Kryptonians, he is now weakened by kryptonite.
Hmm.
So he beats the shit out of Superman in comics so many times, and with Supergirl. That's why they call him the Brawly of the Kryptonians. But there's a whole big thing that they did in the comics, where basically it involved timelines, and it involved Superman putting him into a void where he cannot escape ever again. So I
Mm,
don't know how they would bring him back into the comics. Maybe like he basically does a Superboy prime punch and then just breaks out of it. But we'll
yeah,
see.
but yeah, I don't know. I feel like they erase this character completely out of
Which was
the
so dumb
mythos.
because I'm like, you could do a lot with this character, but like put him in another multiverse, see what he does with the I don't know.
Well, let's see, because right now, the Infinite Frontier storylines are sort of combining, and it's becoming there's going to be I think a 6-part series that's coming out soon. I was like looking up on it, and I don't know if I'm gonna probably collect them. Um, it's not an infinity crisis or crisis of infinite earths type stuff, but it is going to bring a lot of characters that were dead from the past, like they might bring Roy Harper back, or some stuff on Psycho Pirate, which he was a major character in the Crisis of Infinite Earths that knew about all the multiverse. He's him and Darkseid are probably the some of the people that know that 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 it has gone to many different universes. A lot of how things have changed throughout throughout the entire years, throughout the centuries. So Psycho Pirate knows a lot. So he's gonna be brought into a new storyline that's popping up pretty soon. So I don't know. That's why he was also. I think he was gonna be mentioned. He was mentioned in Crisis of Infinite Earths TV show, which I don't think is ever gonna happen again after everybody's getting canceled or leaving.
Oh, what they do with Cisco apparently everyone got mad in the finale for
I
this
mean, what can
season.
yeah, I mean, it's get mad if you like, but the thing is, it's like
It's
he
already
wanted to
canceled.
stop doing the show. It's like the thing is either a character's gonna get killed off, or he just walks out and never comes back into the series at all. And that's the thing. You can't, if he doesn't want to do the show anymore, so you're gonna have to get pissed off at what they're gonna plan to do. It's kind of
Right.
sad, but that's how it is. You could keep writing comic books, but to write these people into a TV show, and then you kill them off. You say he wasn't supposed to be killed off like this, and it's like, well, he's not gonna do the show. It sucks. It's like Walking Dead. And it's like, wait, I was supposed to be through this entire like 3 volumes. Why did I die in the third issue? It's like it happens.
Yeah. Um yeah, so figuring it out and finding out that he basically a brother to Kal-El. And he calls him Kal-El too, so he knows, well, we know he's a Kryptonian. Um but is he the conscious version of Hal then?
What?
Like he doesn't know is he Kryptonian or is the mind Kryptonian now?
I don't know. Like what? Like
Okay.
the Eradicator? It's too
What if it
many.
is the Eradicator?
There's a lot of Superman mythos.
What did you see the symbol on his chest? What the
Yeah,
hell
it's
did it
very
look like to
different.
you?
It's a weird S. It's a
Weird
very weird
discombobulated
S.
us, right?
Yeah,
Mm, maybe it was like Gods and Monsters Superman,
I
like the
was
animated.
gonna text you that same day, but it
Today?
was but I
Oh
think the
no, yeah,
Gods and Monsters Superman wasn't he like was Zod's son instead of
he was
Jarrell?
Zod's son, and
Yeah,
he landed in Mexico instead of Kansas. So he knows
I love
Espanol.
that. No, I love that Superman from Gods and Monsters.
Yo, he was pretty savage.
Yeah, he was. You could tell like you was related to Zod or something. He had that
Yeah,
look, but it was. I remember when they had the little shorts before they came out with the movie that they had for him, and those little shorts, the one with Brainiac, he was a baby, and he was like shooting a shockwave throughout, and it was like destroying the area. And find out that Katniss put him there, and they were going to use him as a weapon to kill him. but he kind of escaped and he was like this little child. And it was so sad because when he finally got to him, he was like telling him, I want this to stop. And it's like a little child, a little baby. And then he had to kill him so he could stop it because it was like he was literally destroying the entire city. That shit broke my heart. That was probably one of the like from all the episodes, that's the one that literally like I couldn't. That's like seeing it again was kind of like I can't. It was sad. It was like the
Do that.
saddest freaking Brainiac I've ever seen. He was like a little baby at the like like the way the cartoons are drawn with like
Yeah.
babies with large heads and the big eyes, like so sad. And he's like crying, and he's like, and it was like it's not his fault, and he's like in the center of the city where he's just destroying everything, and like he goes in and he had to kill him because it was I think it was because it was Katniss's fault that we're going to use him as a weapon, and
Horrible.
somehow man
God damn
yeah
it. Well, god damn Amanda Waller.
yeah I think she
Um,
was she president or she was
I think no, that she wasn't president.
she was something because she was in the president's office. She was in the White House and at that episode, I believe. I don't know.
President? Remember?
Yeah, we got to see that episode again. It'll be it's ugh,
They should do
God,
more
it
on
was so
him
sad.
and that super just that Wonder Woman and Batman
Yeah, that
vampire.
Batman was a well, he wasn't no Bruce Wayne, but he was a
No, he was some
vampire.
other guy.
Yeah,
Yeah. But yeah. Okay. Now that I think of it, he kind of does. I mean, if he had a mustache, then it could have been a thing right there.
hmm.
Morgan Edge's character. If he had a mustache, maybe we could have been like, maybe it's Superman from Gods and Monsters. Like he doesn't,
I know he has a Superman has such
because
a large
he has
mythology.
even a peacoat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he has such a large mythology on Superman, and it's like it sometimes it annoys me that they still call him the last son of Krypton, and then it's like Supergirl,
Yeah,
Zod
but
comes
see,
out,
I thought of
and
it, and I'm
all these
like,
things.
but he is the last son because he's the last one to be born.
Hmm. See, yeah, but that's in the Man of Steel mythos. But if you look at into like the Superman comic books, Supergirl was sent to Earth first, and then it was Clark, and then she was like frozen, so she was like not aging, and then Superman aged, and then when he finally saw her, she was like a teen.
No, 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 yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The last son means it's the last person born. Like, let's say I would be the last son. I'm the last person of the human race to ever be born.
Oh, I know what you mean. I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why he's called the last son of Krypton. Because remember, like, even in the Man of Steel, the babies were born, but he was the last one. So somehow, like, I didn't get it,
Yeah.
but there was like a
In Man
thing.
of Steel, he was first born like at childbirth
Yeah, so he was
because
given
it
that
was a
thing from Jor-El. Then it was
yeah.
like imposed in his
It's
body.
like it was considered. It was what it was like the DNA, like
The
the
DNA of
DNA of
all Kryptonians and stuff.
yeah.
But he's fucking beached. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, that's what I like thought of. I was like, why is he the last son? Like, doesn't make it. I'm like, because he's the last one to be born from that race. Even if it's like Kara, like then she would be the last daughter. Technically, I don't think she is, but we never seen a
Yeah.
younger Kryptonian
No, I get it. I
other
get
than
it.
her, I guess. Um, yeah, that concludes Superman and Lois. What was the third one that we were gonna talk about? Loki, dude.
Loki.
Dude. Tom Hiddleston, Owen Wilson. Goddamn, I didn't think that would be a duo. That's a goddamn good duo. That's a goddamn
Yeah.
good duo.
No, I love Owen Wilson.
So there was a thing where I saw one of the TikTokers, but I talked about it with you. I think maybe once where I was like, well, he also mentioned in the Loki series, if because they're talking about time and they talk about and they ever show it, if he sees how he dies, Endgame, that scene would be not epic, but like so strong of a message of who he would be later on
Yeah.
because it's so impactful. He sees his so in the episode, spoilers, he sees his mom die
Yeah.
in the video. He sees him being taken by the Avengers. He sees that him and his brother have a good relationship after every other battle. He sees his father die. Then he sees himself die, and that's where I was like, shit just got serious.
Yeah, I know. And then he just also realizing that, getting the Tesseract and trying to get the hell out of there, that doesn't mean anything. Like, if there were pointless objects that doesn't matter to the TVA. They're just regular
Things,
items. Like, they're just nothing. And the fact that there were paperweights also makes it feel like it's. I was like watching, people were posting stuff on Instagram saying it's like everything they were fighting and people sacrificed themselves to get those stones. While in the TVA, it's like nothing but a paperweight. It's like, you know, it's it's like all this, and it's these items are just meaningless, you know. And it was sad because you could see that Loki was like, this is, seeing the Tesseract, and it's like, this
you
is
think
nothing.
you
This
hold
doesn't work
power,
here.
but it
This is,
really doesn't mean anything.
yeah, like he
Oh, it's
can't use it
nothing.
there. It's like it's not that powerful.
No, like god damn.
It's like he knew that he can't escape. He's gonna be there for a very long time. But for the fact that he's giving him a path to go on to sort of like, you know, to do good, and now he's gonna be considered a sort of a anti-hero.
Right, right. So I thought it was Mephisto when or in that 1852 thing with Owen Wilson in his first scene.
Yeah,
Because I mean, come on, that's Mephisto, right?
let's not go through this. We went through this with WandaVision.
But that
Went
was
through we
Mephisto
went through
though,
six
bro.
freaking episodes of saying it was Mephisto, and we got no Satan.
Maybe
Just
they were
let it
waiting for
be.
this one, but
Yeah,
then Owen at the end says, well, his character says, it's you. You're the variant.
yeah. And then we get to see like clips and stuff that it could be like very different types of variants, that he's probably made. And the funny thing is, and this was interesting, I was watching a variety, Vanity or Variety, I think it's Vanity, and it was an interview with everybody that had the show, like Wanda. There was Paul Bethany was there, Elizabeth Olsen, Sebastian Stan, uh, uh, um, Mackie, and Loki. And then Loki, they would ask him the question and how, and it said, look, this is going to be very difficult because my show started, so it's kind of hard to just simply just go out of my way and actually tell you what's going on. But there was something that was very, I forgot what was it that kind of that was interesting, was that he's damn, what was it that it was, he was talking about it, and like trying to explain it without like messing things up, and the fact that it's also about identity and all these things. And they were asking him questions from each of the every other movie. It's like, why do you hold the sword or the weapons here this way in this film, but you do it different in the other ones? And why is it that's
Mm,
different there? So
Interesting.
he was like, so it was like interesting to me because I was thinking in my head, I said, what if every single Loki we have seen in every single one of the movies was a different version? Think about this. The first Loki we saw was in Thor. How was he? He was sad, sympathy, like you would sympathize with him. He wanted to be king. He wasn't accepted, and he didn't have that psychotic smile that he came out when he first appeared in the first Avengers. Once he comes out in the first Avengers, what does he have? That look in his smile that he's famous for in the comic books. But he didn't have that. You were able to, for some reason, you had he wasn't he didn't feel so evil in the first Thor, even though he was doing sketchy shit around the movie. But like if you see the first Thor, he's very different from the Avengers movie. Like as if something must have happened to him that
True.
made him turn this evil and he wanted to freaking conquer all this shit.
Right.
So there's a change in between, and so thinking about that, I said, what if that first Loki, and then it was the first Loki that we saw, but then we had a variant in Avengers. There was a different version of him,
Oh, that's when he
and the one that
starts.
we're seeing in the Avengers is the one that wasn't the first Loki.
Right.
Because
Yeah, that's a good
honestly,
take.
he wasn't. I don't think he was. He wasn't really shown any. Was he shown videos of the first Thor, or was he only shown videos of Avengers, Thor the
Dark World
Dark World,
and
and Endgame? I mean,
other one.
Infinity Wars. I don't think they showed anything from his first film.
Ragnarok too.
And they showed Ragnarok. But see, that's the thing, because that Thor did not experience any of these because those are his pasts.
Right.
Those are his futures that he never got to see. So he doesn't know if those are variants or anything.
Mm,
What if each one was a sort of a variant
that's a really
that they
good.
were all experiencing something?
No,
But then
that's a.
again, they also cast right now. They also cast a female to play Loki, so we might get the female.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So what
they
if
said
that's the
that
variant?
they cast a female to play a female Loki, which was kind of a like you just already spoiled something. That shouldn't have been thrown out there. But also his gender is fluid, so he could shapeshift to anything he wants.
That's
So he could
true.
be another variant, female variant, or a boy.
Serpent. And then he could be that wolf. And then what was he when he does Ragnarok? Wolves was the serpent. Wasn't he the serpent? Wasn't he a serpent?
But
No, he was this.
he did transform to certain things and created all these creatures.
It
So I mean,
created all
he could
these
shapeshift.
kids.
Yeah,
It's what's her name? Was it Hella? No, it wasn't Hella.
yeah.
Hella.
The thing is that Kevin Feige also said that there's going to be serious repercussions in the Marvel Cinematic Universe because of Loki, which also means that a lot of that maybe just maybe the repercussions already happened and we're just seeing the perspective of how he caused all these things to happen. I don't know. I mean,
But what
he's
if he creates something new? Maybe
then
he
that if it creates something new, that Loki would definitely change the Marvel Cinematic Universe
meaning X-Men.
going forward.
Fantastic Four. Yeah, I could see that happening. I mean, yeah, he already said it, so depending on what they want to do with that and who they want to bring in, or now that Inhumans isn't canon, you know, it could definitely do that. Well, the show. I don't mean the characters in general because they were in the. Well, that's not even canon anymore now. Agents of Shield.
No, it's not canon.
So,
They even showed that when he killed Coulson. It
and
was
there was a
crazy.
secret character in the Loki episode where a lot of people are saying it was Agent Carter
Oh yeah,
because she's
that's
also a
interesting.
variant.
That's interesting. Like, what if like try to find a time stone and try to
No,
get Captain back?
apparently it's the variant. When Steve Rogers goes.
Hmm. But why would she be getting caught?
Well, then why would Loki be getting caught? Because it's not really his fault. It's the Avengers from
But the thing is that
the Endgame.
Mobius, Owen Wilson's character, said all that was supposed to happen, except what Loki did.
But then again, he wouldn't know, and he doesn't. You know.
As long as everything was put at its place to be fixed because we heard it from the Ancient One, then everything would have been fine. Because the TVA would have went after freaking Cap if he would have screwed something up. But remember, they were all on point about like everything needs to be put in its place at that right moment at the right time in order for like that timeline to just go on straight. But for Loki, he kind of screwed it up, and that point there went somewhere
Mm,
else.
I don't know. I don't know.
Because
Yo, this
honestly,
timeline is like
I think the thing is, I
mind
think the
bending.
timeline would have been fine if he would have like just ended up going through time and escaping, but he escaped with the Tesseract. That was the only thing that he was able to like. He was able to like teleport with,
Yeah.
because I don't
Yeah.
think he
Yeah.
would have been able to do it on his own. It
Yeah.
was
You're
because
right.
of the
You're right.
Tesseract. That means he affected the timeline. That's why he was caught.
All this timeline stuff, man. So many plot holes here and
No,
there.
yeah, and that's the thing. I
Hmm.
feel that if there's so many timelines and stuff, maybe Loki might just end up fixing all the little plot holes we kept seeing throughout the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. Maybe we'll get some, some spackle and just cover those holes back up, because it's. I mean, he said it. It's going to affect the Marvel Cinematic Universe like big time. But it's
Wonder
like
what happens
you're
like.
just getting like 6 episodes. How is this gonna happen? I can't wait for the next episode just to check it
There's
out.
only 6 episodes in this series.
I think so because they said the first episode popped up and it said, "Oh, let's see what happens on the next like 5 episodes." And I was like, "Oh,
Uh,
are we only getting six?" I don't. I think we got six on all the other ones too. It was just longer. The first only the in WandaVision was a little shorter because some of them were 30 minutes and then the other ones became an hour
I believe
when
it was
everything became
8.
real.
It was 8. I could be wrong, but anyways, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Wow, Kevin Feige, man, telling us the answers or not. You know what I mean?
You
Expect
seen
the
the Eternals
unexpected.
trailer?
I did see the Internals
Yeah.
trailer.
You saw that conversation they had at the end when they said,
Oh,
if with Iron Man and Captain America gone, who do you think is gonna lead the Avengers? And then the other guy says, "I'll lead the Avengers."
hmm,
And I'm thinking, you people, I was like, the Eternals don't in are like the Watchers. They don't, they don't try to affect anything.
right.
They're just there. They see everything happen in front of them, but they don't do anything about it. And I was like, one of your children just nearly annihilated half the freaking planet because one of them is related. Thanos is related to one of them.
Oh, yeah.
I think Thanos is the descendant to one of the Eternals.
Hmm.
And which one is it? We gotta find that shit. Thanos is related to whom? Thanos is related. It's raining outside. What
Basically, in an evil
the
eternal, just Eternals,
Thanos and
Doros,
the
and
Turtles. Yeah, Thanos. Let me see.
Interesting.
Okay, let me see. Thanos, the son of the Eternals, Alars, and Sui San, is a distant cousin of Thena, Acaris, Circe, Ajax, Sprite, and Druig.
The hell did you get that from? Oh, never mind again.
Yeah. See, he's related. The Eternals, Alars, and Sui San. So Alars. Mm-mm. I think they would like the first Eternals. I think. Hmm. I don't think they're part of the films, but they're that mean. But I wouldn't be surprised if we might get a sort of an origin, some origin talk of Thanos' birth because they're all cousins. They're all his cousins.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I did not. I forgot that. Wow. I know what I thought. So Gary said that might be a failed first failed move. Well, one of the first big wannabe blockbusters for the MCU that might fail.
Hmm. Eternals.
Hmm?
I think it's just the way the trailer kind of represents the characters. It's it's very like doesn't feel like how Guardians of the Galaxy felt. It feels like very out of the MCU, very
Yeah.
different. You know, like Black Panther felt different in the way the stories were told, but it still felt like it's an MCU movie.
Right.
As for Eternals, it feels very separate. And I guess it's the way it's filmed, the way the colors are, the way it's sort of like how you see it visually. It doesn't feel like a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie.
Yeah, you got a point. Yeah. It,
But
it, it feels like
let's
it wants to be what was that movie from Disney where it had the three it was like three witches.
Hocus
It's not.
Pocus,
No, 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 no,
The
no.
Witches.
It had Oprah Winfrey and it had this girl that was Mindy in The Office. It was like all about ticking clocks on it.
It was
The Disney
witches.
movie. No, but it feels similar to that, where it wants to be different and has this type of
Oh, Wrinkle in Time.
wrinkle in time. That's what it kind of feels like, that trailer,
Hmm.
where it was all just like very cinematic and that wants to be not pizzazz, but like all this CGI type of stuff. But it doesn't also like give you the thing of like, okay, so I know it's connected to the MCU, but why should we care about it? Just because they're gods? What else? Like, will give us more. You know what I mean? It wasn't really
Yeah,
give
I
us
mean, this
more.
is
It was
this
just
is.
like,
I felt like this was like a tease. This is our
yeah,
first
yeah.
trailer to see. We're gonna probably get some more. Um, every Marvel right now is focusing on getting Black Widow out soon because
Get your
it's like
tickets,
right now they're doing
boys.
behind the scenes clips and a whole bunch of stuff are bringing it out just to get it out. It's been yeah through this pandemic we still haven't gotten that movie.
No, which we should
Yeah.
have. Get
Yeah.
your tickets. Tickets.
Yeah. I
I got my
can't wait for it
tickets.
actually because I'm hoping, and if it's true that this girl's gonna be the Madam Hydra, is gonna pop up on this one,
Yeah, we're gonna see
and
her.
I think this might end up sort of bringing out like the evil Avenger, like the Dark Avengers,
Oh yeah,
if
yeah, yeah,
anything,
yeah.
because we already got if I mean all of them are just saying like, I don't know, we're gonna be in the other ones. Paul Bethany just said he's not in the contract anymore, but come on now, the way WandaVision started, you're gonna get a contract. I mean, you cannot,
Especially with what happened. Like, come on, they got plans for you. You want to act?
yeah,
Come on, come on.
yeah.
It's
They have plans. It's just probably like they're I think they're trying to give him the contract at the right time so
mm-hmm.
it could extend. It's like if I give it to you now, then it's like, oh, the time is already starting to click to that moment where the contract's going to be over. So it's better to give it to him when it's like we're doing this movie, we're giving you the contract now, you're going for this amount of movies,
Yeah,
which makes sense because if he did his contract now, then the time will be clicking, it will be ticking for like the next film for him to
yeah.
get on it. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised that's what they're doing. He has to be on it. One, he's the father of those two kids, so it's like even though it's not really, but still, it's like that relationship is still there because I'm
Well,
pretty sure if
yeah.
those
After
kids
the
pop
whole
up,
like
yeah,
transfer and everything and unlocking
yeah.
his memory,
I mean, even
definitely
if
has.
Vision doesn't even pop out throughout the entire movie, at least we get maybe at the end credit scene. It's like he's finally found himself
Yeah,
in all of
yeah,
this.
yeah. I agree with you on that. That'd be cool. Or you just see the kids say, "Papa."
Yeah,
That'd be
it'll
funny.
be cool to see. I honestly can't wait for Doctor Strange and Spider Man
Multiverse of
actually with
Madness,
this
man.
film.
Then there's so many news with Spider-Man 3 and what's going on with Toby and
Yeah,
Andrew.
rumor has it. They said that somebody said like, "Oh, rumor has it. Take this with a grain of salt." Crap. They said that Charlie Cox will appear at the end of the Spider-Man movie because that's when he's gonna have to lawyer up. Because during the beginning of the film, I guess he'll be going through the whole multiverse type shit and all that stuff, and then at the end, it'll give us like, he's at court or whatever, and
Who was this guy that played Evil Dead? Evil Ash?
Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell. What if they
Yeah,
do like a mini thing of him? Because he was supposed to be Mysterio. What if they give him a little thing?
I know they will
A
because
little
that's Sam
nod.
Raimi's boy. Sam Raimi's gonna bring him out of somewhere and pull something out of his ass
I
with
want to see
him.
Bruce Campbell. Like that'd be a really really good little cameo.
Yeah.
On
I
top of all
remember
the
when he was
cameos.
he was narrating the first Spider-Man video game when the movie video game
Yes.
came out.
Yes, I fucking loved it.
By the way, did you see the trailer to Evil Dead game?
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh man, here's Bruce Campbell narrating the entire gameplay clip, and then
Wow.
he says he comes on and he says he's like you see like the video game is like a Friday the 13th
Mm-hmm.
like killing, but now it's like you have a group, you could be the bad guys but you could also be the good guys, and you have like Bruce Campbell's character Ash, and then you have a couple of characters from the movies and the TV shows also fighting, and then you hear one of them, you hear that says there's a reason why I wear brown pants, because he'll shit on himself, so but it was really cool to see, and the graphics look freaking great. It looks way better than the way the Friday the 13th game looks. It looks
Okay,
really
yeah.
cool. Actually, I was like, I would actually like to play this. Like, it's mad bloody, so he has the shotgun, and he also has the chainsaw, and he's like
Yeah.
fighting and then shooting him in the head, and then he has like this like some knight that's with him as well, so he has an axe and he's like fighting. So everybody's like, you have to like go to the next level. It's like in the forest area where you're fighting and all that stuff. Even the evil twin is also there from Army of Darkness. the one that Bruce Campbell when he pops out of his shoulder,
Oh yeah, yeah,
and then
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so he's in there
I
too.
remember that. Wow, that looks like a freaking good ass game to play.
Yeah.
If I can see the
It looks
graphics.
really cool. Like it's like to play with a group of friends and shit. Just start like murking and killing freaking monsters and stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
really cool.
All right. Well, I think that concludes this episode. Talked about a lot, and I'm getting almost. But I enjoyed today's episode. We talked about a lot. Got Superman out of the way, Loki, and Quiet Place 2.
Yeah.
Are we missing something small? And we talked about the rumors of Spider-Man. Wasn't anything DC news stuff that I could think of.
Well, the only thing that they already showed like
Oh, Crypto.
oh
Crypto
yeah,
the dog,
crypto
the
trailer.
super
Which
pets, yeah.
why
Listen,
did why would Kevin Hart had to be Ace the dog?
that's what everybody commented on the video.
I
Why
didn't
is
want him to be
Kevin?
Ace the dog. I
Dude,
would have liked it if
everybody
it was
said
Keanu
Keanu.
Reeves or something.
Exactly.
It's just they wanted to have that buddy comedy thing again, but we already got the buddy comedy. We seen did we just Jumanji and that other one with him and The Rock, and it's like why,
Central
I
Intelligence.
understand, but it's like nah, it should have been.
Mm-hmm.
It's Batman's dog.
Yeah. Why is he gonna have a high pitched voice? No,
Yeah,
yeah.
I can't
This
see it.
isn't up where the round hog the Rottweiler has it. No. I don't know if it was a Rottweiler. Sorry about my dogs.
Yeah, it was a Rockweiler. Ace the dog was a Rockweiler, but they changed him a lot though. Like Ace was a Rockweiler, but then I think he ended up getting changed in the Batman Beyond cartoon. It was very different dog.
But anyways, Kevin could have been the cat from the crypto show. Forgot his name. He had powers just like crypto kind of. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. I just don't
Yeah.
remember
But I
his
can't
name.
remember his name. That could have been him. Keanu could have been freaking Ace. He has such a like bold and also like it's Keanu, dude. He
Yeah,
has a deep kind of voice. He could be serious at times, playful. I mean, you're coming off at Batman, the dog. How are you not gonna have such a tough, personality? The dog, dude. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna be. I really don't want to hear a high pitched type of freaking Ace,
we can
but
add
we'll see what's gonna happen.
John Wick 4, which we were talking about Keanu Reeves, and also another thing, Matrix 4 just casted Christina Ricci in the film.
That.
That means they're still working on that film. What else came out?
Oh
Well,
well, Ip
Aquaman 2.
Man is going to be in the fourth installation of
Yeah, I
John
know
Wick.
Donnie Yen. They spoke about it. They said he's a close friend of John, and they've like known the same people. That's
Yeah,
pretty vague, but I guess I would like to see him fight or even try to choreograph like most of the fighting scenes in that.
it's gonna be a good movie. I gotta watch the third one. I watched the first one. I don't think I finished the second one. Is the
The
second
second
one
one,
starting
I
with him driving? Or is it the third one? Fighting people in a garage?
the garage.
Yeah. Huh?
I think that was the first one.
No, that wasn't the first one. Second.
Did I see
I
the
think I saw
second
the
one?
second one a bit,
The
but I didn't
second
see
one
him.
had Ruby Rose in it. The third one had Holly Berry.
No, I think it was the second one that I started watching, but I never finished. And I got bored. But
Yeah,
yeah,
nobody. They said no. Not many people like the second one as much, but they did say that they enjoyed the third one.
yeah, I heard a lot of things about the third one. How people liked it. So the third one, yes. Definitely see that one. That's the one where he's riding the horse in the city,
Yeah.
right? That I saw the trailer, or I heard things about it too. So yeah. All right. Well, do you want to end this?
All right, guys. Check us out. We're on our Geek Mythos podcast. Check us out on Instagram, Geek Mythos, Twitter, Facebook. You could also check us out on Spotify, t- Stitcher, and iTunes to listen to our podcast. And also on YouTube, you can watch our videos. We have quite a few videos there and some stuff that we will be posting in the near future. We will, just keep checking us out and subscribe. And everyone have a good night.
You could also check the link down below. It'll be linktree.com/ well, whatever the thing is, because I don't know. It's like a whole bunch of words, capitalized and lowercase. So if you don't want to check out every other link, just hit there, and then you could check out every other place that we're in, and even donate. Donate, yeah, you could donate some stuff. I don't know, money. Hey, I have a wish list. Maybe I'll add a wish list there, because I mean, look at the lighting of Joey if you're on YouTube, or the camera settings. That man needs a new camera. See that light? God damn.
No, no,
I
no.
remember it was like the Star Trek type of
Yeah,
lighting on the sides.
yeah. It's like all the J.J. Abrams movies. He always has that damn effect.
God damn right.
Look at
All
that. Look,
right.
look, look. It's a sunset. Do 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 do.
There you go. There you go. You see it's beaming on you. All right. Have a good one, guys. Have a good night, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.